In today's video, I'm going to be discussing a Social Security letter and why it's so important, as this is requesting action out of SSA on the behalf of the beneficiaries. That's the focus of this video. Let's get into it and talk through all the details. All right, now I do want to bring to your attention this letter that was drafted just a few days ago and sent over to the Social Security Administration on the behalf of the beneficiaries, and why this is so important, because they are requesting action, they're requesting answers and clarification on the behalf of the beneficiaries, as there's $23 billion on the table right now. And in my opinion, that's pretty important, because $23 billion is a ton of money. I think we can probably all agree with that, right? Well, that's exactly what I'll bring to your attention. And we're recently getting some new information out of the Social Security Commissioner on this information here, and they only have a couple days here to respond. And again, I'm going to bring you the details of this letter. So let's get into it and talk through those details. However, really fast before we do, if you have not done so yet, make sure to do yourself a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button right down below the video. It is totally free to do so. And I'm here for you every single day. I see the struggles. I see what's going on down below in the comment section. You want to know, when are we going to get money? When are we going to get relief? When are we going to get a raise to your benefits? I'm hearing you. I'm right there with you. I want to know all the answers to this as well, which is why I'm doing all the research every day. I'm watching the headlines, advocating on your behalf. I want to do what I can for you right here in this community, which is why I'm asking you, if you have not done so yet, please subscribe down below. I'm here for you no matter what every single day. That's my promise and my commitment to you and everybody here in the community, and it has been for the last several years. So again, thank you so much for being here. Also, please feel free to share this video with your friends on your social media. There's a big share button right down below the video next to the subscribe button. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to bring you the details of this letter. In fact, in just a minute or two here, I'm going to bring my wife Corey in, and she's going to read this letter to you. And as we read through the letter, I'm going to pop it up on the screen so you can follow along, or you can read it yourself, but it'll show up on the screen here. You can see the letter yourself, and Corey will read it all to you. But at the bottom of the letter as well, they come together and they ask for some clarification. They have questions at the bottom of the letter. I like it, right? And here's the thing. They're also requesting Social Security respond to these questions here by April 1st. Well, as I film this video right now, April 1st is only a few days away. It's not that far away, and we are still awaiting these answers in their entirety out of the Social Security Administration. But we've been hearing about this situation going on for a long time now. In fact, about, I don't know, 8-10 months or so now, we've been seeing all these reports and all these different scenarios coming out where Social Security is sending out about 2 million letters a year to primarily SSI and SSDI beneficiaries, which, by the way, there's about 17+ million of those beneficiaries out there right now relying on these checks. And again, it's not all inclusive to those individuals, but it's mostly SSDI and SSI beneficiaries receiving these letters each and every year, calling on, hey, we overpaid ya, and you owe us thousands of dollars back, okay? The overpayment letter, the dreaded communication from Social Security. These letters are going out to about 2 million beneficiaries a year. Not a good situation, and a lot of times they're asking for thousands upon thousands of dollars back. In some instances, tens of thousands of dollars back. That's rough, right? And this, unfortunately, is causing a lot of heartache and financial heartache for a lot of people. They're receiving these fixed income benefits from Social Security, okay? So that's exactly what these lawmakers are calling on. Now, this letter is actually drafted by 2 lawmakers, Gary Peters and Debbie Stabenow. I hope I pronounced that last name correctly. These 2 lawmakers drafted this letter. They sent it over to Social Security back on February 29th. So that's what, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago or something like that, give or take a little bit. So they sent it over to Social Security, and they're saying, hey, we're giving you 1 month to give us some answers here. And their deadline is April 1st. Now, obviously, if Social Security does not comply, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? There's not like some hard and fast rule that says you must respond by this date, but these lawmakers are asking them, hey, give us some answers to these questions by this timeline, okay? So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to jump off of here. I'm going to bring Corey in. She will read this letter to you, and like I said, we'll pop it up on the screen for you so you can follow along if you want, or read it as you're at your own pace, but you'll see all the details there, and then we can come back and talk about this in a separate video. But I'm going to jump off of here now. I would highly advise, if you can, stick around for the next couple of minutes and listen to this letter. It's pretty important stuff, and they're making some major changes here, according to some recent interviews with Martin O'Malley, who is the new commissioner for Social Security as of December of last year, and he's jumping on this, which is great. That's really great news, and again, hats off to him for doing this. This is going to be very welcoming news for a lot of beneficiaries. So anyway, enough out of me. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and stick around for this letter, and it's right here with Corey. Corey, take it away. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.
The United States Senate, dated February 29th, 2024. Dear Commissioner O'Malley, we write to you today regarding the Social Security Administration's, SSA, efforts in addressing the longstanding challenge to prevent and reduce overpayments for Social Security recipients. We have heard from numerous Michiganders regarding the impact unexpected overpayments that were sent by the SSA have caused on some of the most vulnerable beneficiaries of Social Security, who often include the elderly, disabled, retirees, and many who struggle to get by on limited income and resources. Overpayments can pose incredibly difficult hardships on beneficiaries who've committed no wrongdoing and are now responsible for repaying improper payments. Because of their devastating impact, it is critical for the agency to improve its processes and controls to reduce the number of overpayments for beneficiaries who rely on these critical benefits. The SSA serves a critical role by providing $1.4 trillion in essential benefits to more than 71 million people each year. But with an outstanding balance of more than $20 billion in overpayments, it is all important for the agency to address the root cause of benefits that agency improperly paid in excess to beneficiaries and incorporate systems improvements without causing undue harm to Social Security beneficiaries, many of whom are already struggling to make ends meet. According to the SSA's recent financial report for fiscal year 2023, the agency paid over $11 billion worth of new overpayments to Social Security and SSI beneficiaries during federal fiscal year 2022. Over the past several years, the agency distributed more than $6 billion in new overpayments each year. Many overpayments can accumulate over several years until SSA realizes payments to the beneficiary have been inaccurate. And in many cases, the overpayments were caused by the agency rather than the beneficiary. There must be proactive control checks in place to prevent beneficiaries being overpaid. As the SSA conducts a review of its overpayment procedures and policies, the agency must work to take greater accountability in the event of an overpayment and rectify these payments before the recipient is deprived altogether from these vital benefits, which is continuing to create an economic hardship, unnecessary confusion, and increased difficulties for both the Social Security beneficiary and agency. While we're encouraged to see SSA's announcement regarding a proposed rule that would better streamline the process to help reduce financial hardships, additional processes and controls need to be in place to better address the challenges of overpayments. For these reasons, please provide response to the following questions by April 1st, 2024. 1. What guidelines and internal controls are being enhanced by SSA to ensure the agency can reduce overpayments from occurring? What legislative efforts are needed by Congress to help improve the timely and accuracy of payments? 2. What tools and resources are the agency enhancing to utilize data to help mitigate overpayment discrepancies that can occur when beneficiaries self-report information? 3. How is the SSA addressing the root cause of overpayments to prevent their occurrence? 4. How can the agency develop and enhance automated alerts to ensure timely case assessments and follow-up on aged cases are being conducted in an efficient manner? 5. What information does the agency consider to determine if a beneficiary's overpayment waiver request is granted or denied? And 6. How is the agency working to simplify the overpayment waiver request to ensure the form is less burdensome and more accessible to beneficiaries? Thank you in advance for your consideration. We look forward to working with you to make the necessary improvements to prevent and reduce overpayments and the harmful impact they have on beneficiaries. Sincerely, Gary C. Peters, United States Senator, and Debbie Stabenow, United States Senator.